What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk about SoFi, more specifically manipulation. I personally feel that we can't get to the next levels that we need to without shedding a lot of this manipulation. I'm going to talk on what that is and potentially how the tides might be turning, at least in the short term. Especially I was reading another article from another company that mirrors exactly what SoFi is going through. So I'm going to talk on all that. Before I get into any of that though, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. With that, let's get right to it. So I'm just going to start off by going over some of the short information because despite the good news, bad news, whatever comes out about SoFi, shorts manipulate it. So they technically are adding a lot of selling pressure basically from the get-go. And if you are one of those kind of crazy people like me that just watches a lot of stocks all day, then you know typically first thing in the morning, shorts are at it first thing. So they technically know if you can kill the momentum first thing and during power hour, the stock is basically dead. It can't do much. So definitely behind the scenes, whoever is shorting it is really smart at manipulation and psychology and things like that. So given right now within the first half an hour of the market, they're adding 1 million shares. And keep in mind 17.37 is the short interest. I'm just going to shed some of this off and make it very kind of clear for you. So you can see this kind of orangish line, that is the shorts actually increasing. Actually, I'll just make this a little bit bigger. So the short interest has gone up significantly ever since basically SoFi was around the $15 range, give or take. But generally speaking, you can kind of see it has been generally going up for the last little bit. When it comes down to though, despite the good news, and you can even see right here, it goes up considerably. And do you know what happens around this time? They got bank charter news. How does that make any sense? They get one of the biggest pieces of news and biggest catalyst for this company, probably year to date or probably decade to date, and yet shorts start to manipulate this like absolutely crazy. So I found this very interesting. But despite that though, I think there is a lot more bullish articles coming out. And I'm just going to quickly touch on one of them. So right here, so one high conviction growth stock down over 70% to buy now. And obviously they talk on SoFi, talks on a lot of good things that SoFi is going through, and I really do like this. And Motley Fool is a little bit more of a speculative kind of thing. They like to spread a lot of FUD, but reality, when they talk on a bullish topic, that means they are very much bullish. That means the underlying asset is at a significant discount. So take that how you see that. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But despite that though, technicals all show that we're well overdue for a rally. If you are a big fan of the Elliott wave, I'm just going to quickly pop over here. Interactive Brokers does have a lot of good information about that. So if you do like Interactive Brokers, click on the link in the description below or in the comments. And on a side note, I did get some comments last time. Only reason why I use Interactive Brokers is because I live in Canada. Once SoFi pops over here, I am definitely switching boats. So keep that in mind. But if you are a big fan of the Elliott wave, it does project SoFi going to $7.31 to $7.72 in the short term. So everything behind the scenes shows that SoFi is ready for a massive rally, but yet shorts are adding. Yet we're also down today. It's just manipulation after manipulation. I'm just going to quickly pop over here because there was a very interesting article that I did read, and this financial information was found from Zexmodo Media. But looking right here, so this company called Regencell Bioscience Holdings, so they talk on a lot of different things. And one thing that stood out to me is you can see that the CEO bought 5 million ordinary shares of his own company out of his own pocket. So that stands out because look at Anthony Noto. He does the exact same thing. Even during the recent shareholder meeting, he says the market is acting very irrational towards SoFi. That's his nice way of saying that we're getting manipulated to high hell. And in reality is very true. But yet, if you see a CEO buying as much as he is, and even in this case, $5 million worth of Regencell, clearly a lot of things behind the scenes is very good. And the underlying asset is very much undervalued. So after reading this, you can see technically his transactions were between July 27, 2021 and May 16th of this year. $5.03 million of his own funds, 81% of the outstanding shares now he owns. So in reality though, he does kind of cite short and distort schemes. And what does that exactly mean? Because I think a lot of people know what short kind of that component, but what does distort schemes mean? So basically, short and distort schemes is an unethical and illegal practice that involves investors shorting a stock, which obviously happens with SoFi a lot, and then spreading rumors in an attempt to drive down the price. Does that ring a bell? So typically, again, same time period when I just talked on right here. I'm just going to pull this back up. So exactly around this time period when SoFi had their bank charter news, do you know what happened? We got a lot of downgrades from institutions, which is direct competition to SoFi. Hands down, what is happening to this company is happening to SoFi as well. But one thing as well that I really found interesting about this company is theoretically it's a bioscience company, has a lot of good kind of fundamental business behind it, so it's actually helping a lot of children and a lot of other kind of activities as well, so mental health disorders. But at the end of the day, he's saying that this short and distort scheme is really affecting the underlying business and their ability to actually help kind of customers, which if you think about it is very much true. So again, it's a little bit more of a touchy subject, just came out about the shelf offering for SoFi. Keep in mind, they only have to do that to the degree that they need to because we are at such a significant discount. If we were roughly at like $15, give or take, for argument's sake, they would only have to do maybe 200,000, maybe 300,000. So very, very minimal. Again, this might be over a 3-year time period. But still, it comes down to the fact that we've been hit so hard and that shorts really want us below that $5 mark for us to really feel a lot of pain. So it's just one of those things that I wanted to kind of point out because especially reading that article right here, I'm going to link this in the description below. So highly recommend taking a look at it because fundamentally it's also another really good business and clearly has an amazing CEO that buys $5 million out of his own pocket. So clearly there's a lot of other people and other CEOs out there similar to Anthony Noto, which also does an amazing job. So I think it's one of those things that we can't get to that next level until we shed a lot of this manipulation off of our books. And I think basically we just need amazing upcoming earnings and hopefully get a lot of that FUD out of our system. Because like I said, when it comes back down to it though, we are getting a lot more bullish articles from a lot of other institutions that might not necessarily even do bullish articles or anything like that. So I think right now SoFi is being sought out in a little bit more of an undervalued positive light. So hopefully shorts will kind of see that and see it not worthwhile their risk. So let me know your thoughts on all of that. I know I did talk on a lot of different things and hypothetically manipulation. If you bring this up, some people say yes, there's manipulation. No, there's not. A lot of kind of mixed feelings on this, but generally speaking, I personally feel that there is, and typically I always bring this up as well, cost to borrow minimum. Often that is negative, insinuating that there's brokers out there physically paying people to short SoFi. So it's one of those things that take it how you see that. I'm not a financial advisor like I mentioned, but with all that, let me know your thoughts on SoFi in the comments below. Don't forget to take a look at that other article, link in the description below as well. But with that, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, and I greatly appreciate you guys all tuning in to watch.